Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Danger Scavenger, and the key was provided by developer. This is a top-down, roguelite, mostly roguelike but also a roguelite to an extent. We keep at least a little bit. It's also a bullet hell game to some extent, but overall it's just a top-down shooter roguelike. So those are the options that we have. Quality potato, I kinda cut everything because it doesn't run very well, so I switched off everything. This is the lowest quality resolution, as you can see. I cut down all the sounds and music for commentary, and also low health was annoying, kinda taking a little bit of screen shake. I don't need as well. So those are the buttons. We'll try to play a little bit of a run. Now we'll try to show you the game. It has progression, at least a little bit. You can unlock some stuff. You don't necessarily get much stronger, but you can unlock stuff. So first thing you do is to pick a character. I'm gonna take a character. Then we have to move the character to take a weapon for the run. So we take either bazooka or flamethrower. Let's say flamethrower because I never used one. And now we can check the workshop. Yes. So you keep the scrap also. I think you keep it. I'm not entirely sure how it exactly works. I'm just guessing. I think you keep scrap and you can start the run with more items. So I could, let's say, take this glasses. It costs 88, so I can't do it. But you can get those items and make a sort of a rudimentary build. You can also then connect to items in the crafting menu and just pull them together. So you can, let's say, connect two sticky bombs into one, and it's gonna have probably better stats, but it will take one place and not two. So you can do a little bit of crafting like this. You can also pick a weapon and take it right here. You unlock more weapons eventually, and those are not unlocked. And those are unlocked, but you have to buy them every time. So we rolled the flamethrower, we have the flamethrower, we have the character. I think that's fine. We'll just make a little bit of the run. I'm not sure if I will go to the boss. Also, you keep some progression because the game is cut into skyscrapers, and I did the first one. I always start in the second one now, so we should be in the second skyscraper at this point. But of course, you go the very same way. You pick next room, and you go from room to room, and then you fight the boss. You can also fall. You can destroy some sort of stuff here. Like I could destroy probably this. Not sure if it's flamethrower, but generally you can. Yeah, so you can destroy it. Yeah, I could fall there and lose health. We have 4 hearts, so this is probably 8 HP, because you usually lose half heart when you get attacked. And there's also a map. I'm not sure if I will be able to show you. Yes, you can see the map. So you go from the bottom and you climb, and then you fight the boss. So you can make choices what you fight. Like, do you want rare item, but you fight elite? Do you want workshop? You can craft while you fight, or you just fight against a specific enemy like machine guns or snipers. The area is rather small, so the game has a very similar problem to Dracula, because the whole thing is tilted. The other similar thing is that there is small room to maneuver, so generally you have little space, a lot of bullets. That's why it's pretty much a bullet hell as well. And you can also fall and die. In Dracula you could fall to water and drown, or basically take damage, and here you fall down from the skyscraper, so you have to maneuver around the rather small area. There could be a lot of enemies. So let's just try to fight something. First, you can't do anything, you have to step out of it and then you can fight. I can try to burn this guy. Not sure how it works, but he died. That's good. Then open boxes. That's explosives. No, not sure what it is, to be honest. Okay, so this is a boost, a passive. We're gonna take this, and now it will move around us. So that's very good, actually. We have those passives that stack, similarly to Risk of Rain or Dungeon Souls, or I'm not sure what other games. I'm pretty sure this is like Risk of Rain. So basically you get a lot of passives and they can stack, and then you get all the combined powers from them. So that it could be sort of that an item that moves around. It could be just a passive boost, like you have a chance to shoot 2 bullets and other things like this. So you will basically get some group of boosts to your game, to your run, and they will affect how well, how strong you are and what you can do. We could also have powers on the left bottom part of the screen, and then you use them there on delay. But I don't have one for some reason. Not sure why. I think the character should have one, but I don't. That's a shotgun, so I'm gonna maybe take shotgun instead of the baseball bat. Can I recycle it? No. Alright, so I'm gonna just shoot it. The shotgun is really actually worked, but I was shooting the debris. You see, that's very little space to maneuver. If they were all shooting at me, I would have to just kind of move around those couple of things or get stuck on them. If things go fast and frantic, that's really means you're gonna lose a lot of health very easily. You're just stuck on things, and yeah, now I kind of want to go down, but I got stuck on this piece here. Also, I took damage. I'm not sure from what. I think something exploded. Yes, they are throwing mines. So we can step in the mines. I'm taking damage, of course. I'm not good at this, to be honest. But I was able to at least progress a little bit. We have 100 scrap. I'm just going everywhere. Not even check where we are going. Just taking random rooms. I should probably heal and find a shop. I would like to show you the shop, but I don't know if there is one. I don't see the shop. This is on maxed zoom out. So now you at least can see something. If you zoom in, then you will see much less, and it's going to be much more harder. You won't be seeing the enemies. So better play on maxed zoom out. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe change the weapon. Is this the shotgun? Yeah, that's the shotgun. Okay. Can try to do the shotgun. Not sure what I should be using, but maybe it's gonna work for us somehow. Just trying to get close and attack them. Not sure if I can destroy it. Probably not. I just have to walk around the mines, I guess. They might all die. Also one more here. Okay, we did it. So I would just destroy a little bit of this. Do we get something? Not really. Yes, we got some, but very little. Yeah, that'll be useless actually. No, 1 attack on each attack. Well, let's see. If I just do this, I might throw homing missiles. But no, they don't really work. They have to hit something. But it's very low damage. I'm not gonna use it. So let's just go to next room. If they were actually flying out of this pen, well, 1 in 5 cases, theoretically, it could be a way to just spam them from afar, but it doesn't seem to work like this. Or maybe I was unlucky. That's very little chance actually. Or maybe they don't activate if you don't attack. It's a sticky bomb, right? Another passive. I'm not sure what that is. Bazooka. Yeah, this is ranged. Let's use bazooka. Okay, let's use bazooka. It's very slow. The missile goes very slowly, but kind of works. Oh, this is useful. We can buy the boosters, the passives. I'm gonna do it because I stepped into something. Okay, so that's faster attacking, and that's chance to shoot 2 projectiles, which is useful for a rocket launcher. It gets powerful. On bosses, it's all weak. The bosses are bullet sponges, so even if you have some significant firepower, you're gonna be very slow killing bosses. That's just the part of the game. Okay, I'm not getting any health potions for some reason. Oh, this is shooting me, I guess. Sometimes I don't even know what's hitting me, to be honest. Right, so that's a healing. You can get healing. That's not bad. If you find shops, you can usually heal. It costs scrap, but you have quite a lot of scrap. So that's not bad, at least. You can actually get some upgrades and get much more powerful. Which usually is not enough to kill a boss, but at least you have some chances to be stronger. Right, so I'm gonna go. Maybe we'll go all the way until I die or until I kill the boss. It's not very maybe fascinating, but I just want to show you what's there. For now, it's just the same stuff. A couple of guys on the rooftop. Yeah, there was some elemental kill. Not sure what it gives us really. I think it's just higher damage. Some additional damage that we do. And you will also run out of ammo at some point, because this takes quite a lot of ammo, those rockets. Yeah, we did some stuff. Might get more rockets, hopefully. Yeah, it's gonna crash him, so that's good. I also took damage from something. That's a pistol, it's rather low damage, I'm not gonna take it. We will hit, yes, that was good. Two at the same time. Again, I stepped, I'm not sure what's hitting me, to be honest, really. No idea. Ah, that's the turret. So yeah, turret killed me. So that's the run. Do 5 floors, you destroy some stuff. Usually you get quite a lot of, I'm not sure why this is showing so much, 22 items. I'm not sure if I even collected 22 items. You can actually just go into the run and die quickly, and you get like 660, something like that, very, very quickly. You can just grind like this, instead of going for full run, which is quite strange. I'm not sure what it even means that I have 22 items, like right at the start. But, well, maybe it's a bug, hard to say. And then you get unlocks. So if you go this bar all the way, if you get like 6,000 more points, you will unlock something. It's probably weapons or items that will be rolled to next run. So let's see how it looks in the hub. Maybe let's check if we have any. Let's take this guy maybe. Let's check if we have any scrap at this point. Probably we do. Yeah, see, we have the 150 scrap, and we could theoretically like, buy this one. Actually, one item, but we could start with one specific item if we want to. Does it show what we have? No, not here. Right, guys, so I'm gonna stop here. I guess that's it, because, well, I could go like this, and, well, there's really not much I could show you aside from being in the game, because generally you land in the game, or you can switch modes. Not sure what's reset, I'm not even touching it. I think it changes the mode. You have arcade mode and hard mode. I think this one is better because you keep some stuff, so it's more a roguelite. The other is a bit harder, but well, I just switch to arcade and I always play in it. So overall, what can I say? It's not a bad game for this genre, the top-down shooter roguelike slash roguelite. It's also not very good. It has some very nice elements like the passives, which really work well. It's quite an old idea, but it always worked well in games like that. It worked in Binding of Isaac, which I personally don't like because of the graphics. It kind of works in synthetic. If you get some passives there, it might be very powerful. Same idea was in Dungeon Souls or Risk of Rain. So that's a nice idea that you just collect a variety of passives that complement and kind of form your build. Usually you have little choice, you just basically grab everything you can, but it makes runs different, and it might make you powerful enough to win eventually. So you can always hope that you get good passives and will be more lucky. So that's generally a good idea. Progression is weird, like there's some unlocks, you keep some stuff in specific mode, but at the same time you always have the same HP. At least I didn't find any passive that improves HP, so you're very squishy. The game is very much into bullet hell area, which is not that great if you have like 6 or 8 hit points and then you die. If you're not good at bullet hell games, then you have pretty much no chance to win this game. Also, this tilted perspective, I would much rather have it the way that you can move around the camera and like turn it around, because I really don't like when the game is tilted like 90°. It's really like makes you tilt your head when you play. It's very annoying. But overall it's not bad. It actually has content. It's quite responsive. If you switch off everything on your PC, then well, it works quite well. But if you go for max quality and you have something running in the background, it's gonna slow down a lot. But yes, it works in the window mode. It looks pretty good in lowest settings. The gunplay is quite responsive. The moves are quite responsive as well. The content in form of unlocking weapons, passives and characters is there. At least there is some of it. A couple of characters, some weapons and quite a lot of passives. And then of course it mills around all the time in the actual gameplay, you will see same items quite a lot, but there is also quite a lot of them. So yes, you will be seeing similar items, but there is also quite a lot of them, so a couple of dozen, I guess. So it's not very basic or poor. There is actually some content. Of course, some games have more content, like probably Synthetic has more content, and iDracula also have more content. There's like 400 or 500 unlocks. In this game, there is much less. So I would say it's a 5. It's an average game. It's not bad. It does a couple of things well, but can be also a little bit annoying and miss the point in other areas, like the tilted perspective, the small area, which really kind of kills the fun if you just have to avoid bullets in a small area, like every level. It doesn't change. It's just always small. Mm, well, small area and tons of enemies and mines and grenades and rockets and bullets, and you have to avoid all that while dealing your own damage. Also, there's a lot of debris on the map, so we would have to kind of clean the map first, then fight, like destroy everything around you so you can maneuver and dodge. You have a dodge move, of course, but well, you can just fall down from the skyscraper and lose health, or you just fall into something else, or you kind of stop yourself on a piece of debris and then you die anyway. So, well, it's not a great idea to have limited HP in such a game, because, well, if you're not very skilled, you will just constantly fail. And I would definitely prefer to have some progression that stays with you, not just collecting scrap and maybe buying some stuff at the beginning, because that's gambling. If you lose, you lose all the grinded scrap. You have to grind it again for next run and hope this one goes better. Even if you buy a couple of weapons, like even if you buy one probably good weapon and couple of passives, it's not necessarily gonna mean that you will win. It's not necessarily even gonna get you to the boss, because, well, you can just take a lot of damage and die anyway, and then you lose all of it. You have to grind again. It's kind of repetitive and prolongs, inflates the game a lot. I would much rather have some leveling or some perk system that you would get and just get stronger and stronger. Then this whole grind would make much more sense. And then, of course, you could slap a difficulty on it. And if someone wants the game to be harder, they would just, play on harder difficulty or switch off the items that you unlocked. But it would be much better for casuals, because right now the casuals might just bounce back from this game and they won't just like it, because they will just keep dying and not doing much progress, because, well, you kind of start the same. You have a couple of passives, you have some gun, little health, and then you hope for the best. And if you fail in like halfway through the round, then you will probably fail a lot next time. It's not like it's going to be much different. You might get a little bit more skill, of course. You might be more lucky with items, but you don't have this lasting, powerful progression that in some games, and that always annoys me. I would much rather have, like, levels, like in Borderlands, that you actually get levels and you get some perk tree and defines your character, and then you play with that, and then you can have difficulty on top of that. If you just beat the game easily, then you could have the game in hard mode, some inferno mode and so on, like 3 or 5 difficulty levels. But the game kinda is what it is, and it might just scare some people off. It is quite responsive and playable, however. So I would personally give it a 5. I think it's average. The bad sides kinda counterbalance the good sides. It is absolutely playable for this genre. If you grab it cheap, you should be satisfied. But I think there are some better games than this in this genre, so I wouldn't prioritize it. But I can slightly recommend it if you like this genre. But don't overpay for it, because I think it's not as good as the competition. So guys, that was Danger Scavenger. I give it 5 out of 10, and I'll see you guys in the next review.